Josh, take it away.
Take it away. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another copycat cooking series. I don't, for theme park stuff.
Yes.
And we've got Adam here, and tonight we're doing, I think, one of the most popular items probably at Epcot for any of the festivals, which is the sushi donuts and the Frushi. And I'm pretty excited. I've never made sushi before, and so I mean, how bad can it be? I might mess it up.
We're gonna find out.
I guess so, right? And we also got a drink tonight. It's a pretty easy sake drink that I think most everybody can make. Doesn't really require a lot of expensive or crazy ingredients. So yeah.
Cool. Let's make a drink. It's going to help the whole situation.
I am. Tell him to unmute himself.
Unmute yourself, Josh. Pam muted you for some reason.
I mute everybody.
That's okay. All right. Cool. So let's start with the drink tonight. We are doing sake. We're doing a blackberry flavored liqueur, lemon juice, and simple syrup. And it's really, really easy, super simple. I'm going to be using a shaker tin. You don't necessarily have to use a shaker tin. You could actually just pour this all together in a glass and stir it up with some ice. So here we go. We're going to start off with 2 ounces of sake. See that right there? That's what happens. We're going to start off with 2 ounces of sake. It doesn't have to be any type of particular sake. I was experimenting earlier this week for a cocktail, and I tried one brand of sake, and then we drank it all, and so I had to get some more. And I tried something else, so we've got a different brand today. But it really doesn't matter. Once we get our 2 ounces, we're going to do our blackberry liqueur, 1 ounce of that. Now, I always think that it is best to use fresh citrus. You don't necessarily have to have fresh citrus. You can be using the concentrated stuff that like looks like this, and you just like squeeze it, but it's not, whatever works. So we're gonna do a whole ounce or about an ounce of lemon juice. As mine is going everywhere but inside of my measurer. All right, and then last we're going to do a little bit of simple syrup. You can make your own simple syrup. This is just like a regular old simple syrup that I picked up at Publix because I'm lazy and don't make my own simple syrup. Cool, so that's it. Now, if you don't have a shaker and you got it in a glass, just add some ice and stir it up. I've got a shaker. I'm going to shake it. You always get a nice firm tap so that it doesn't. I knew Taylor was going to move this up as soon as I was going to start shaking. You get really fancy. But you don't really need to do that either. You can get as fancy as you want and serving it in the glass. I've got this really cool one that Taylor got for me for Christmas. It's like Lord of the Rings themed. Look at that. There you have it. I didn't come up with a creative name, so this is your sake cocktail for tonight.
Sake.
It's pretty good. And Taylor's here tonight.
Cheers to all who participate in this. Cheers.
Why is yours so much redder than mine? Mine's like brown.
Yours is brown.
I use blackberry.
Cheers.
It could be a number of different things. It could be the sake. It could be the brand of blackberry liqueur that you use. Well, I guess it would really only be those 2 things, but it just depends. Sometimes it's going to come out a little
Tastes
bit of a
good.
different color. So
It's pretty good, right?
yeah,
Cheers.
yeah, as long as it tastes good.
Justin, nice to see you. Courtney, nice to see you. Maria and company, hello. How you doing, kid? Nice to see you. This looks, this is pretty tasty. Pretty tasty.
Good.
Pam, cheers, Pam. Pam, go
Give me
getaways.
a-
Cheers. Here she is. She's gonna come in for a quick shot. Hi, Pam. Cheers. Go
Hi,
getaways.
Pam. Yay.
That's for him camera.
Good. She took her cameo. This is good. Can I say two things, Josh? Are we
Absolutely.
wrapping up the drink?
Take it
Okay.
away.
Oh, well, first thing I want to say is, excuse me. And the second thing I want to say is, I have not had blackberry brandy for 40 years. Now, I'll let somebody guess why, okay? Because blackberry brandy was the first thing I ever drank when I was 14 years old. And oh man, I got so sick. It took 40 years to drink it again. So I know you guys know what I'm talking about, okay? But this was my drink that I promised myself, even in a cocktail, I was never, ever, ever going to have again until I met Josh Rippey and he sent me a recipe. Thank you, Josh. After 40 years, blackberry brandy has passed by my lips.
And that's what I use. I use the same stuff, right? Isn't that what you have?
Yeah, this
I
is
think
the
it
same.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same stuff. Yep. So
Perfect.
remember what happened was, so I was in summer camp and we of course drink our blackberry brandy and the bottle of it. And I end up on the basketball court during the camp council's inter-camp games between two different camps. So I stole the ball in front of 200 counselors, they couldn't do anything. I was in front of the campers, the counselors, the owners of different camps. Oh, it was great. It was great. That's my blackberry brandy story. And that's it. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our cooking jam tonight. Hi, Evelyn. Nice to see you. Nice to see everyone. It's very nice. If you've never done a cooking jam before, well, you're in for a treat because tonight is Sushi and Frushi, and this is going to be a great night of cooking, and we're going to teach you some stuff as we do it. And it's the more you drink, the more fun it's going to be, even if it's just Coca-Cola. So, most important thing is sushi rice. Now, we're going to two-fold the sushi rice tonight, meaning we're going to double purpose it. But everything really remains the same. So sushi rice is a starchy rice. There are a lot of brands of it. There are a lot of methods of cooking sushi rice, but we're going to do a quick, easy method. I want you to take your sushi rice. We're going to do it all together. 4 cups of sushi rice. Make sure you measure it. There it is, 4 cups of sushi rice. And I want you to rinse it. Rinse it under the water just once. Rinse it under the water just once. And you're looking at some of the starch is going to come off, and any kind of gook that's on the rice, just dump it out. Then that rice is simply going to go into 5 cups of boiling water. So it's 2.5 cups of water to 2 cups of rice. So we're doing 4 cups of rice. So you need 5 cups of water, right? Right. 5 cups of water. Rice goes into the 5 cups of boiling water. Turn your water up to a boil, throw in your rice, and you're going to give it a stir. And that's going to be the beginning of the method of cooking our rice. So stir up your rice in the boiling water. And truth be told, cover it up. Sushi rice is essentially the same, but like every single package of rice has a slightly different way to do it. So my brand is Kokoro Rose, which is a common American brand of sushi rice. And my rice will say, bring to a full hard boil, reduce heat to low and simmer covered for 20 minutes. Okay, and then let it stand for 10 minutes. So your rice should be at a hard boil, covered, just like mine is. 20 minutes, we're gonna give it a stir. We're going to cook it down about 20 minutes. And then after that 20 minutes is up, then we are going to let it stand if we can. And we're going to break it into two parts. One part Frushi, one part Sushi. And we're going to season the rice differently. Sushi rice is going to get seasoned with rice wine vinegar, an ingredient, important. Frushi rice is going to get seasoned with cream of coconut. Everybody cool? Everybody on the same page? Everybody good? Justin, you're freaking me out. You went from live to Avatar. It was like, you freaked me out. There you go. Okay, good. Good. You got to turn yourself into one of those anime cats that you got going on. That would be cool. Okay, you turn you into an anime. Justin's like posting this cool anime. Okay, so any questions, you can unmute yourself.
Me, of
yes,
course.
everyone wants to
All
follow.
right, so here is my coconut cream. It's a thick
Okay.
blob because I already
That's
made my
fine.
rice. Is that how
Don't
it's
worry
supposed to
about it.
be?
Just leave it on the counter. It'll be fine.
No, I
It'll-
already added it into the rice because I made the rice. I thought we had to make the rice. But it's supposed to be this thick like this, like
Yeah.
nothing comes out. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
It's just fat. That's all it is.
Okay.
It's just fat, congealed fat. Don't sweat it. It's fine.
Good.
Okay. So that's step number one. Your rice is cooking. And what I like to do is I like to stir it every once in a while so it's not sticking at the bottom. And I feel it. See, it does stick. So you give it a stir from the bottom. Actually, this is not so stiff. If you have something that's stiffer, like a wooden spoon, it might like serve you a little bit better to, see, I can feel my rice sticking to the bottom. See, and I'm gonna get in there now and unstick it. See, everybody? Now, one of the reasons the rice sticks is because it's very glutinous. And that's kind of the point of sushi rice. So it's coming to, it's boiling. Okay, bring it to a hard boil like it says. You don't want it sticking to the bottom. You see what I'm doing? I'm getting it unstuck by just going over the bottom of my pan. Now, since it's boiling, I'm going to bring it down to a medium heat. Okay, and then it's going to cook for 20 minutes. Okay, but I'm moving it off the bottom. I went from a boil to a medium. Sticking more than usual tonight. Not sure why. But I got to remove it. See, there's no magic of television. Everything alive is in person. So either it works or it don't. But there it goes. All right. Took it down to medium. I got it unstuck. I'm going to cover it up again and let it work for 20 minutes. Then let it stand. My rice is on medium. Okay, step number one is done. The rice is going. And the next thing we're going to do is go into our fish. Okay, so we're going to cut up our fish, but we're going to leave it. Now, let me just show you what I have here. Now, in New York, where I'm from, the rule is all sushi fish has to be frozen and then defrosted. Why? Because you have to kill the bacteria in the fish. Okay, so yeah, rice vinegar is correct, Evelyn, but you're not putting it in yet because you're using half it. Half the rice vinegar is for the sushi rice and the other half is for, so yes, but rice vinegar is the answer. So you have your pieces of fish, they were frozen and defrosted. This is block tuna and this is salmon, and you have those out ready to go. We're not going to do anything yet, and I'm going to show you what you're going to do with the shrimp. So here's the most flavorful way to cook shrimp. Always cook shrimp with the shells on, and you're going to take the water, bring the water to a boil, and in the water is going to go a couple of ingredients. First, some black pepper in the water. This is going to be the boiling water for the shrimp. Pinch of salt in the water. A bay leaf in the water. And some citrus. If you have lemon, great. If you have whatever you have. And look, this is the same citrus that I squeezed from before. I'm just going to throw the whole thing in there. I'm going to bring it to a boil without the shrimps going in there. And I have my shrimps ready to go with the jackets on them. Now, You will taste a big difference when you cook shrimp with the shell on them. You will really taste the difference. Okay, so get that ready. Get your water boiling, some bay leaf, some salt, some pepper. Take a drink of your sake and rock and roll. What? What's coming up? Oh, we have a bunch of classes coming up. What are they, Pam? You want to tell us? Pam's going to look it up. We have a bunch of more cooking classes coming up. We have a bunch of copycat kitchen classes. We have a bunch of other cooking classes. We're going to tell you a couple. Come join us Saturday night, 7:30. It's a lot of fun. Like you see, and the best part, you get to eat. What do we got coming up?
Next Saturday, we have the Ronto wrap.
Next Saturday, we're making a Ronto wrap. Everybody knows about the Ronto wrap. Hollywood Studios. That's going to be hot.
Sausage and pork.
Sausage and pork. That's right. And the pita sandwich, a sausage pork pita sandwich Ronto wrap. That's next week, 7:30. That's going to be fun.
Saturday after is the banana bread pudding and pineapple coconut bread.
Pineapple coconut bread and banana pudding. That's the following week. That's going to be exciting from the Polynesian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's going to be fun. So we have some cool stuff coming up. Plus, you can go into Adam's Cooking Jam with the chefdigitator.com.
We have a whole new series of copycat.
Yeah, and then there's a
after that.
whole new series of copycat coming up after that. So we can just cook and cook and cook, you know, and it's really nice when you don't get a chance to go to the parks. You get to make the food at home. What's better than that? Awesome. Okay, so your water should be coming to a boil very quickly for your shrimp. That's important. And your rice, give it a stir so it's not burning on the bottom. My rice wants to stick tonight. I'm not sure why, but it is. So I'm moving it around. Start from the bottom. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Make sure you have a top on your rice. There it goes. Water's coming to a boil for the shrimp. Get your shrimp ready. Your fish, we're not going to cut your fish yet, but we can start cutting some of the other ingredients for our sushi. I'm going to show you all how to cut an avocado while we're waiting around to boil our shrimp. So the avocado, simple as this. This is my sushi knife. You don't need a sushi knife, but if you have one, that's nice. Sushi knife, just so you know, the difference between a sushi knife and a regular knife is the sushi knife is just sharpened on one side. See how it's sharp? And it's not sharp on that side. So it's just sharpened on one side. And sushi knives are generally made for right-handed people because of the way you have to hold the knife. I happen to be a left-handed person, so I had to adjust how to hold the sushi knife, unless you want to buy a left-handed sushi knife. So this is a $300 knife. It goes to like $900 for a left-handed sushi knife. The Japanese are not big on left-handed sushi chefs, I guess. Okay, so I'm cutting it right down the middle, and I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to look and see. Now, I see a lot of brown inside of my avocado. If there's brown in your avocado, well, there's not a lot you can do about it except have a backup avocado. So let's see if this one's any better. Much better. See, two avocados, they feel exactly the same, but they're not, just like people. Sometimes you get really disappointed. So anyway, I have one side with the pit. What I like to do with the pit is you take a knife, okay, and don't hit your hand like that. You hit the pit. You twist the knife, comes right out. Okay, and then you hit your counter, and it disappears. Okay, so there's that, and there's that. And now you peel back. You can peel back the skin of your avocado, because what you want to do is you want to keep it so that you're able to make a nice even cut. So carefully, there's other ways to do this, but you just essentially peeling back the outside of the avocado there once. And I'll take off my glasses so I can see a little bit better. But these will give, see, I gave a little cut there. Yep, Pam says you could use a spoon. You definitely can. This avocado is soft on this side, so it's really not very good. So I'm going to have to use that side. And you could use a spoon. You could use the back of your sushi knife. Okay. 1, 2. I'm going to wipe off my hands. And away you go. Okay, my water's up to a boil. This is my shrimp water. So what you're going to do is you're going to just put your shrimp into the boiling water. Inside your boiling water, remember you have some citrus, some black pepper, a bay leaf. Put your shrimps are going to go in there for about 2 minutes. Bring them to a boil. When they turn bright pink, you're going to rinse them off under cold water, okay? This is my avocado, and my avocado, I'm going to cut it in a few minutes, but not yet. Wait till the end. Going to put it on the side. Getting ready now. Keep your surface clean if you can. Getting ready for my strawberries. We're just doing both tonight together because it really doesn't matter. Just don't touch it. It's separate. And your strawberries, you're just cutting the top off your strawberry. And you're just going to go neatly down the sides of them like this. There's your strawberry cut the way you need it. While your shrimp is cooking, I'm going to show you how I cut a pineapple. Now, you should have already chunked it, but here's just a little trick on a way to cut a pineapple in case you ever want to cut a pineapple whole the way I'm doing it. And you're much better off buying a whole pineapple than a half of a pineapple. I'm going to just show you how to cut a pineapple. Easy, simple way. So easiest way is use a serrated knife. A serrated knife will give you a really easy cut with a pineapple. I'm just going to stir my rice one more time so it don't burn. Moving it around with my paddle. Oh yeah. There it goes. Okay, my shrimp is at about 2 minutes. They're bright red. Now, before I cut my pineapple, I'm going to rinse my shrimp under ice cold water to stop the cooking, all right? So my shrimps have been cooking in hot water for 2 minutes. They're bright red. I'm going to rinse them under cold water to stop the cooking process. That way your shrimps will not overcook. And I'm just rinsing them out. And by using the citrus, you don't get that stinky smell that you get when you cook shrimp sometimes. So it's nice by doing it under the hot water, in the cold water. When you stop the cooking with the citrus in there, it stops any kind of smell from really happening. So here it is, my shrimps, and they're going to cool off. My shrimps are going to cool off in some cold water. I'm going to throw in a couple of ice cubes and let my shrimps cool off for a couple of minutes. So have my shrimps in here in cold water. I'm going to throw in a couple of ice cubes. There it is. Shrimp's cooling off. Before I peel them, I'll put them to the side. And shazam, there they are. Okay, I'm going to just show you all how to cut pineapple. So first thing you do, the top comes right off, straight ahead. Just like that. And this is nice for decor. If you can do like a party or something, you can just keep that right there like that. Then you're going to cut the bottom piece off like this. Okay. Now, that piece I would just throw away. And the more even you do it, the easier this is going to be. Now, if you look inside your pineapple, you have a core right down the middle. Everybody see that? It looks like a core right down the middle. You don't want to eat that. It's really fibrous and it doesn't have a lot of flavor. It's hard to chew. It's really not edible. So by doing this method, what you're going to do is hold it like this and just go down the sides of your pineapple and try to cut off as little as possible. Okay, and you see how in there you have the eyes? Well, you don't want those. Okay, now they have this cool thing called a pineapple corer that works really well, but I wasn't going to tell you to buy a pineapple corer for one pineapple. But if you do like pineapple, the corer is a great thing.
Hey, I'll add in here real quick. A pineapple corer is perfect if you want to make your very own Lapu Lapus at home. Because we have one, and we actually bought ours at Publix, and it's perfect. So continuing on the drink themes here.
Oh, right. If you want to take out the middle, that's cool, Josh. We should do that one day.
Let's do
Well,
it.
definitely. We could do it for the bread.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that as the drink for the Polynesian night, Josh. That's cool, right? Okay.
Yeah, that
because the
sounds like a
pineapple-
plan to me.
You know, pineapple cores are not a lot of money. I think was it maybe $10. And what they do is they take out the whole middle core, and you don't have to do what I just did. But if you've ever seen this in a supermarket, they're charging you like 1.5 times the price of the pineapple for no good reason at all, because now you just learned how to do it. So now, keep your area clean. You have your core in the middle. So all you're going to do is slice right down the side like this. And you have a nice piece of pineapple that doesn't have any core. That's just 4 cuts. 2, 3, 4. And your knife actually can feel it. It'll go by itself. And this part is all hard and finito. Now you have a nice piece of pineapple. Now, if you have to trim a little bit, like I left a little bit, I just trim. And here's a little trick about knives. I have some really expensive knives because every chef is obsessed with getting great knives. But truth be told, this knife is 21 years old from culinary school. Why is it so great? Because it's serrated. Serrated knife will hold its edge almost forever. So you could get all fancy and try to keep an edge on a knife, but a serrated knife is a good bet to keep for so many easy reasons to cut. Like here, look, $100 knife, $30 knife, that's 21 years old. And I'm using this because serrated is a great, and a serrated knife holds the edge of what it's cutting. So it makes it easier. Okay. So once again, I don't want any of these little brown eyes. I just cut them out. And there I have beautiful pieces of pineapple ready to go. And I could now cut them and do what I want to do with them, which I will do in a few minutes when we're ready to make some frushi, but not quite yet. Okay, so keep your pineapple all on the side. All right, and now we're going to go to the cantaloupe. I don't want to peel my shrimp on this area where my fruit is. So that's how you peel pineapple, and put this on the side here. Oh, look at this. Okay. All right. I'll put them right here. Cool. All right. Next thing I'm going to teach you how to peel a cantaloupe. So when you're buying a cantaloupe, the key is to make sure that the cantaloupe is heavy. The heavier it is, the more juice is inside of it. Okay. You're going to take this cantaloupe and you're going to try to cut it directly down the middle. Okay. And you could smell how nice this is. Yeah. Then you take a spoon and you simply remove the seeds. Okay. Now, this was the old-fashioned New York diner trick. When you go to a New York diner, you would get half of a cantaloupe, and they'd take the cantaloupe like this,
people.
That's right. They cut out the middle. My wife is laughing because she knows exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm gonna show y'all. You cut the bottom like this, just a little bit. Now you have an edible bowl. See how it sits just like that? Now, like every diner in New York, they fill it with cottage cheese. And then they charge you $9. And Pam's laughing because she knows it's true. So, but this is a nice thing to do in your house. I'll show you a little easy trick, kind of like you're doing like you're doing like you're cutting a watermelon. You just go down the sides like this. With a smaller knife is probably advisable unless you want to go to the emergency room. And what you're doing is you're making like an edge on it. See? You go all the way around it. No, that's so fancy. And then you can fill it with like cubes of fruit or anything else like that. So, but in our case, we're not going to do that tonight because we're making Frushi. We're going to cut it like this. Flip it over like this. Remember the pineapple 10 seconds ago? Take two. It's going to follow the edge. You're getting the $100 lesson for just $16. See, I spent $80,000 to go to culinary school, and you guys are learning it for almost nothing. There's a nice way to cut pineapple, nice way to cut cantaloupe, honeydew melon, Crenshaw melon, any melon that has that method. It's a great method. You can even do it. See, look, there it is. You have a nice little look at it. How nice it is. Done. Ta-da. See how nice? Come on, that was worth the price of admission. Drink some more sake. Gets better. Okay, here, look. So now you just write down the edge. There it is. You line up your knife. You try to keep your fingers like this. This way you get to keep your fingers. I've been cutting for 35 years. Look how nice my hand is. See, no problem. This hand is a little bit of a problem, but this hand, perfect. I'm just kidding. My hands are fine. Okay, so there it is. We see how nice the slices are? Good. Maria, how's your sous chef doing? He looks like he's doing a good job. Yeah, it looks like you're doing a good job, kid. You have your fingers. That's all that's important. We need your fingers. You need to be able to hold a baseball or a pencil. Well, better to learn how to hold a pencil than a baseball, but nonetheless, they're both fun. Okay, so here it is. All sliced, ready to go. Now, the next step is going to be my sushi rice is on medium, but I'm going to move it around a little more. Oh, yeah. Now the pot, I feel it from the bottom is sticking. That's okay. I'm not going to go deep. I'm not going to scrape it off the bottom. Now, there are recipes that we do, believe it or not, like paella, for example, that the burning of the rice on the bottom of the pan is given to the most honored guest in the house because it's crunchy and it's burned, and they use bamba rice. So that burned rice is given to the person as an honor. In this case, you stink. You shouldn't have burned your sushi rice. You get fired from the sushi restaurant. But in general, well, the truth would be told, just don't scrape the bottom, okay? Because there's ain't nothing you could do at this point, okay? Okay. Jamie, are you good? You got your sushi, you got your sous chef there? Everybody good? Jamie, yeah, she looks excellent. I love your aprons, ladies. Very nice, excellent. Okay. Yes, fabulous. Yes, you win the fabulous looking contest. I got to admit, I love matching aprons. They're great. Okay, so here we go. Next step is drink a little more sake. And now, sake, by the way, Josh finished about, yeah, cheers, Josh. Sake ranges from $3 a bottle, like rock gut, to hundreds of dollars for a bottle of sake. Sake is a world unto its own. And if you like sake and you've ever been involved with drinking sake, oh my goodness, it is a heavy duty situation. Sake is no joke. Like I was talking about blackberry brandy, sake is next on that list. But good sake, oh, I really like, And I mean, I've heard stories of businessmen guys that do work in Asia, they could be spending $1,000 on a bottle, and the cloudier the better, Justin says. I'll take his word on it. He said the cloudier the sake, the better. Because that's probably true, because I get so cloudy when I drink sake, oh my gosh, makes me super cloudy. So I understand that, Justin, is the truth. Okay, so here we go to our shrimp. Shrimp should have no smell to them, but if they do, the lemon juice that I have my shrimp, the lemon juice that I have the lime juice really helps. Pam says I need to fix my mic. I'm putting it the other way. Okay, so anyway, my shrimp stopped cooking a long time ago because I put some heavy duty ice water on top of them. And this is a trick that I learned in a restaurant I worked in. So you take your shrimp and you line them up. Okay, I'm gonna line up my shrimp like this, all the same direction. Excuse me. My shrimp all have their skin on them, still have their tails on them, but we're gonna pull them off. I'm gonna show you now. So everybody line up the shrimp like me. Okay, and we're gonna peel them. And look how fast it's gonna go with your shrimp lined up like me. Okay, let's have a contest. So you just take your thumbs. One thumb pinches the tail. The other thumb just rolls itself over the skin. And look at this. Shazam, you're done. Once again, pinch, pull, shazam, you're done. And now full speed. Pull it back, flip it over, pull it off, pull off your tail, shazam. There it goes. Should you wear gloves? Nah. They're cooked. You're eating them. Look how fast that comes off. And these are little shrimps. These are U10, U15s. That means U10s. These are probably 20, 30s where you're getting 30 shrimp per pound. Then there are hundreds. Those are the really little tiny shrimp. They look like brine, like you feed like angelfish. You don't want to eat those. And you don't want your fish to feel, you don't want your shrimp to feel gritty. That means, you overcooked it. And you're using the board. You're pinning against the board. And shazam, there it goes. Clean, nice. There's your shrimp. Your shells. Shrimp shells are really flavorful. They're great if you ever wanted to make like shrimp bisque. You cook the shrimp shells down in a little oil and you get that smell and you use it as a base for soups. And here's a little trick. I use it in my lobster bisque. I use shrimp shells. Makes a big difference. All right. There's that. There's that. And I smell my sake rice, my sushi rice burning from the bottom. I'm going to taste a little bit. If it's soft, it's done. I'm going to take it off the heat. I'm going to move it over and let it chill out for a few minutes and let it just relax. I'm going to take off the top. I want it to cool down. And I'm going to turn on my vent for a minute. That's it. The nice part, I think that's all the cooking. Well, maybe okay. So anyway, here's your shrimp. And your shrimp has a natural little, like where the intestines of the shrimp were, but they were cleaned out. So all you're going to do is you're going to take a knife And you're gonna hold the knife flat to the board. And you're gonna take the shrimp and you're gonna cut the shrimp right in half. So you have a thin piece of shrimp that looks like that, half of the shrimp. Comprende, my friends? I will show you again. Make sure your shrimp is clean. Make sure your knife is clean. Knife flat to the board, hand on top of the shrimp, right through it, and shazam. 2 for the price of 1. If you keep your hand flat and your knife flat, well, you can't get cut. Full speed. Your knife, the sharper the knife, the better. Good. More than you need. Now, something cool about rice, shrimp, when you're doing it cold and you're doing it for a situation like this, well, a little lemon juice, a little lime juice go a really long way. So my suggestion is you squeeze just a little bit right on top, gives a nice fresh Sprite pop, pippity pop, and that's all I'm gonna do. Look, just a little bit. That's it, a little bit, I'm done. My shrimp is now ready. My salmon is sitting out there, my tuna is sitting out there. Just a word on tuna. There's lots of different kinds of tuna, lots. And there's really expensive tuna, sushi grade tuna, and there's grade A tuna, and there's yellowfin tuna, and there's lots of different kinds of tuna, and there's a lot to learn about tuna. So, you know, all the best tuna is actually sold outside this country. So it's caught in this country and then sold to areas that can pay $1 million for a fish, which is true. So, but for today, I'm just going to show you how to use supermarket grade tuna to cut up a little bit and use it. Are you going to get sick from this tuna as opposed to expensive tuna? No, that's not the question. The question is the quality of what you're eating, not the essence of whether you're getting sick. By freezing the fish, you're killing the bacteria in the fish, any kind of living organisms are killed. So it's just going to be a flavor question. Okay, a sauce. Now we're talking about a dipping sauce for the Frushi. So what you need is a little pan, maybe something a little bigger than this. You're going to cut up your blackberries, okay? In the pan, I already have a little jelly. If you don't have, I didn't have enough blackberries today, so I'm going to use blackberry jelly. And you're going to use your lemon juice, your lime juice, squeeze it in there. You're going to put in some sugar and a little bit of water, and you're going to cook it down for a minute or two, and you're going to make a little sauce for your sushi.
Are you using the raspberries or the strawberries?
The raspberries.
Thank you.
I used the strawberry because I didn't have raspberry. So let me go over that again with you guys. So you're going to take your, let's see what you got here. One container of raspberries, 1 cup of sugar, and a 1/4 cup of water, and a squirt of your lemon juice or your lime juice. So 1 cup of sugar, 1 container of raspberries, put it in a pan. You're going to bring it to a boil with a squirt of lime juice, and you're going to bring it down a little bit. And that's going to be your sauce for your Frushi. Everybody cool? We're getting there. I'm going to give everybody a minute. Okay. Justin, sushi tuna. What's the best way to cook tuna for me? You need to cook the surface with a quick sear. Okay, so if you're going to quick sear, okay, so let me preface this with everybody. This tuna we're using is raw, okay? But Justin has concerns with, he needs to use cooked tuna. So in his case, he wants to sear the tuna. So pan very hot, salt and pepper on your tuna, a little fat in your pan, preferably an oil of some sort. Sear it 30 seconds, flip it to the other side. It should be like a cube. It goes over about 20, 30 seconds on each side. Pull it off the pan, and then that's it. Let it rest for a minute or two, then you cut it. That would be, and the best service would be like a frying pan or something like that. Okay, cool. He's cooking it. We're not cooking it. That's because he wants to cook it, but we're not. But you can, but sushi is generally not cooked. Okay, so once again, with your sauce, should start cooking down. I'm going to cook mine down here. It's just making a little sauce for your Frushi. Good. Mine's cooking down, and yours will start cooking down too. And you want it to be smooth, so you're going to cook it down for a few minutes, let it sit, and in about 5 minutes, you put it in a blender, and you should have a nice consistency just like this. All right? I did it early. Okay, so we're going to let your, now you have your sushi rice. So, oh, yeah, my fan goes up. Okay. Okay, so you have two separate rices going on tonight. You have your Frushi rice and your sushi rice. First, we're going to do our sushi rice. So what I want you to do is take half of your rice. You're going to find a bowl for it. Cleaning out my bowl, my raw rice from before. I'm going to take out half of my rice. Maybe, yeah, about half. Now mine burned on the bottom, so I don't want to put any, so I'm going to spread it out a little bit. It should be cooled. Okay. So now you should allow a couple of minutes for it to cool. The steam is coming off. Now I'm going to put in some of my cream of coconut. Now it might be, like Evelyn said, it was a little gloppy, but that's fine because you're going to see it's going to break down really quick right now. I'm not putting in the whole can. I'm just going to put in a couple of scoops. Maybe that's like 3 tablespoons, 4 tablespoons. I'm going to mix it right into that rice. Maybe a 5th tablespoon, and you'll see the cream of coconut will dissolve. Okay, and you can smell it and just set it off to the side. That's rice number 1. Rice number 2 is going to be your regular sushi rice. And yeah, got this. Oh, I'm going to show you how to cut a mango and a cucumber too. So I'm going to make my regular sushi rice. Same exact concept. I'm going to put some of my rice right into this. As much as you think you're going to need, which is probably more than you think. And I'm going to give a couple of, your rice should be nice and gelatinous, like it is. Now my vinegar goes in. About a tablespoon, couple tablespoons. And I'm also going to shake into my rice just because I like some seeds. And then that's it. And I'm going to let this cool down. So you got your rice cooling down, your 2 different rices, they're cooling down. One has a little vinegar, the other one has its cream of coconut. Now we are ready for cutting of the cucumber. Lots of different ways to cut a cucumber. Lots of different kinds of cucumbers. Excuse me. This is your regular average supermarket cucumber, and there is also an English cucumber, which is a longer cucumber, but we're not using that tonight. We are using this regular cucumber, And for our needs for this dish tonight, you could pickle this first if you wanted to, but I'm saving you a step. But to lay it on top of our sushi tonight, I'm just going to give it a very thin cut. Now, this is where you get to practice. See how thin that is? Very thin cut. Try again. You want to be able to almost see through it. And this is really good practice, you know, because now see how it's not even, just even it out. Start again. Okay, I'm not going to use a sushi knife because you're not going to have a sushi knife. But if you have a sharp knife, you can make a pretty thin cut. And that's pretty good, where you could kind of see right through it. Okay, so you're going to need a couple of those for your frushi, for your sushi. Very thin, as thin as you can. I just line it up there. Take your time. Make it as thin as you can make it. It's not easy. And you want to know what? Sushi chefs, I mean, they are incredible with their knives. I mean, maybe after this, you will learn to really appreciate the skill level these guys have. They're incredible. So, I mean, I've been cutting using a knife for many years, and even me has to learn. Now, this, if you draw back with a knife, you have a little more control. By the way, a sushi knife, you always draw back with a sushi knife. That's the nature of a sushi knife. You never go forward. Okay. Anyway, you practice, make these cuts as small as you possibly can make them, and you hold them on the side. Okay, so that's your cucumber. Next, I'm going to show you how to cut a mango. Now, you could do that too. Pam makes a point. She's like, maybe you want a julienne with cucumber instead. So watch. And maybe we'll do one both ways. So 1, 2. Okay, now I have 2 regular cuts. Now I'm just going to cut right down. And now I have a julienne of cucumber, see? Now, the difference between this kind of cucumber and an English cucumber is the seeds. This cucumber has seeds. So what you can do is, if you wanted to, you can cut it in half. Now you have your seeds right down the middle. So what you do is, you take your knife and you could scrape your seeds right out. You see, and now there are no seeds. Okay, and that also scrapes out some of the water. And what you could do at this point is the same thing. You cut it in half, okay? And you can cut it this way. And you can now make a julienne with a regular cucumber, but an English cucumber is easier, okay? And we'll have those. Maybe we'll fool around with those later too. That will be up to us. All right. Now we're going to cut a little mango. Easiest if you can keep cleaning up your area. And also, I'm going fast. You don't have to follow me so fast. You can go at your own speed, okay? Because at this point, we're really up to assembly. We're really up to assembly. So I'll just show you how to cut a mango. There's a lot of ways to cut mangoes. Simplest way to cut a mango is there's a big pit going down the middle. So if you cut a mango on the side, wow, my knife is super dull for some reason. Not exactly sure why, but if you cut it down its side, okay, you can just grab, for our needs, you could just grab the side of the mango like this and then cut up the side, okay? And you're getting that, and then you can just clean up your sides. And you have your strips. And then I have a clean piece of mango. And now, is the sushi, do you remember how the mango looks on it? Oh, it just rolled down the middle. Okay, so that's all rolled down the middle. So I'm gonna just cut a strip. Yeah, a strip right down the middle for that. Okay, and that's gonna be that. So, does everybody want me to give everybody a minute to catch up? Everybody, all right, I'm gonna give everybody a minute to catch up. And then we are going to roll first the frushi, and then we'll make the sushi. This way you don't have to worry about your board being dirty. All right? Can you get me, can you give me a picture of the picture that we showed? I want to do a copy of that. Just up on your phone, the picture of I want to just a guide to follow the sushi roll, the donut, yeah. Thanks. Okay. Okay, great. So first the donut. So I'm the frushi first, I'm sorry. First the frushi. Okay, so you're gonna need some soy paper. Yeah, we tried to get the pink, but we couldn't. We had to order this online because we couldn't find it. Hey, Josh, were you able to find it? Josh, were you able to find the soy paper?
I was not. I actually ordered it on Amazon as well.
Oh, cool. Oh, Maria,
I went to a couple of different
you guys have
places.
a nice color. That's good. What color did you get? Anybody? Maria, good. Okay, cool. So, all right. So this is going to be, I see. Oh, perfect. Cool. Val got it. Good. Oh, yeah. Good. Everybody found it. Nice. Okay. So lay out a strip, one piece like this. Okay. And in the middle, get a spoon. Get yourself a little spoon. And you're also going to need like a little finger bowl with some water, okay? Cold water. So get some water in a little finger bowl. All right. Okay. And right down, not down the middle, this is going to be, you're going to use your sweet rice now, the one with your cream of coconut, and you're going to put some of it, you're going to go up about 1.25 inches, and you're going to put your rice starting over there, and you're going to push your rice out so you have one thin, even layer of rice. Thin. Rice should be sticking together because of the cream of coconut. Should also be sticking together because of the the starch of the rice itself. Okay, you're not going all the way to the end. You're going to go kind of in the middle. And now, inside of this is going to go the strips of your fruit. So, and you could use any kind you want. So I'm going to use my mango and my strawberry. So my strawberry, I need to make it so that it can fold easily. So I'm going to cut my strawberry in half. Okay. Right down the middle. Now I'm going to put in a little piece of pineapple. Yeah. Thin. There goes my pineapple, push it down a little bit. And this one I am going to put in, now it's nice when you vary the colors a little bit, because it will make a difference. And I'll put in a little piece of melon. The cleaner you work, the better it's going to be. Okay. Now you're going to wet the outsides. Just pat it down a little bit with a little bit of water. Okay. Start with the side that's closest to you. And easy peasy. I'm going to roll it. And there it is. Now, don't worry about the ends, because we're going to cut the ends off. Okay, but you see how it gathered like that? Now, don't expect your first one to be perfect, because it's not going to be, but it's going to be close enough. Now watch when I cut it. I'm going to get a little sushi plate so you can see on a white plate how nice it's going to look. Now, something about cutting, when you cut sushi, I'll show you, you pull back. So, okay. So the ends, I don't care about. Throw them away. And my good cut, now my knife, by the way, I'm pulling it back. Okay, there it is. That's it. Frushi. Now, if you wanted to let your rice sit a little bit longer, it will congeal a little bit more. So the colder your rice is, the better your cut's going to be. But it's looking pretty good. Look at that. I'll hold it up to the camera so you all can see. But I don't know how you say perfect, but there it is. Perfect frushi. Now there's going to be a couple more little steps. But
I think
look,
mine's way better than yours.
yeah, Jess, that looks really good. Josh, when you ran the 5K today, did you fall? Let's see. That's okay. It's called practice. Now you roll it like this. Okay. Now you have some garnish. Well, we have here some two things. First, we have the sauce that we made. And where's that little pan of sauce? Oh, here it is. So I'm going to take my sauce that I made and I'm going to drizzle it over the plate on the side. And there was one other thing that we had, which was the coconut. This is the toasted coconut over the top. And Shazam, there it is. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. How about we do one more so you could see that everybody else can catch up. I'm going to do one more plate here. Don't eat that because we're going to take a picture. Okay. So once again, your roll, okay, and your rice. Now, if you wet your hands, you don't need a spoon. And that's how you do it in a sushi restaurant. They wet their hands and they jump right in this way. I'll do it this way. And my rice, like I said, is still hot. You really want it to cool off a little bit. So if you're having any trouble and your rice isn't sticky enough, let it cool off a couple of minutes before you start the rolling process. But I'm doing it for you guys so you're not here all night. And you want to leave the outsides clean, and you're going leaving about an inch on each side. Inch on each side, push it down. Okay, there it is. Now at this point, I'm going to have to rinse my hands off. Okay, now clean my area off. And we are going to make one more Frushi rice. Frushi. Okay, so mango, I'll put some mango on mine. I like the color of the strawberries. And at this point, you're probably realizing you can use any fruit you want. There are no real rules. Anything that's ripe, anything that's a long form like this. Okay. You could use kiwi, you could use banana, you could really use anything you want. Push it down. But I suggest that make the pieces small and make them different colors because then it'll look the nicest. You now put a little more fruit and a little more Frushi in there, a little more rice, and I think it's going to look, this one's really going to look nice. Okay, so once again, wet your fingers on the outside of the sushi roll like this. Okay, pull from the back, pull it over. Careful because it will rip, but you try to get it in there as tight as you can. Yeah, even better. Excuse me. So practice, man. That's all it is. You got to practice. So the more practice, the better you're going to be at this. Okay. Cut off my ends, pulling my knife back towards me. Can you eat the ends? Sure. It's just a little sloppy. The middle, that's the money. Knife sharp. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth one a little uneven. I made these a little fatter. But man, they look really good. If they open, just push them on each other. Look, these are even bigger. And they look really nice. I'll show you. Frushi. Hey, those look better, Josh. Those look nice. Josh, thumbs up. It looks good. And it looks, I think it looks better with the pink. And then you could, like I said, you know, some coconut, some sauce on the outside. And shazam, there it is. Frushi. Da. Now, we can get really fancy. You could copy any kind of sushi plate you want. You could obviously do just like they do in the park. It's really nice. But it's totally up to you. And I think it's really a cool activity to learn, to do with your kids, like any day of the week. You know, you don't need to do, you know, it's a cool thing. Okay, now we're going to go into the sushi plate. So I want you to just clean up your area for a minute.
How does this look?
1 second. Can't quite see.
Here's one that's not cut yet, and here's one that's cut.
Looks pretty good. What do you think? Looks
Good.
pretty good.
Doesn't look perfect like yours.
Well,
you know what I found? When
What?
I had to use 2 wraps to roll it,
okay.
and then I pulled the other one out, and it was not ripping.
That's cool. Oh, good.
Perfect.
Cool. Excellent. Amy and Val, that look pretty good, man. Let me see that. That look pretty good. Was it thumbs up? Good. Jamie, how you? Whoa, nice. How about Scorbin? How you guys doing? Did you eat them all already? A thumbs up? Good. Maria and Jacob, you guys did thumbs up? Good, cool, very cool. Josh, I saw. Justin is absorbing it all, which is cool. Now we go for the roll. Okay, so if you have a shot glass, you may or may not want to do a shot at this point, but this is how we're going to do it. So I'm going to build right on the board, okay? You could use a shot glass size, or you could use a little bit larger of a cup, but I'm going to do a mini one with it. Yeah, I'm going to do it on a plate we're gonna build it directly on the plate. But as you get good at this, you won't have to. Okay, so shot glass goes in the middle of the plate like this, okay? Little bit of water on the outside of the shot glass, just a little bit. Shot glass down. Now I have my seasoned sushi rice, okay? Seasoned. And I am going to push the rice around my cup like a donut shape. Okay, your hands should be a little wet because the rice is gonna stick. Okay. I'm building up around it, keeping my hands a little clean. Now, could you just roll this the same way that you would be rolling your sushi in your frushi? 100%. But this is how we do it in the parks. This is how we're gonna do it for you. Okay. So you have this, I'm gonna take out my middle. Okay, and I've made essentially a donut. Does everybody see it on the plate, a donut? Okay, so then I'm gonna turn this on, Pam, so I can see the picture of what it is. Okay, so the middle is that, and I'm just gonna, it's keeping its shape pretty well. Okay, I'm gonna show everybody how well mine's keeping its shape. It's well enough that, can you see? Yeah, that looks right, cool. Oh, that looks good. Josh looks really good. A little too good, Josh. I don't like when things look better, yours than mine. That's not cool. Just not cool. But I'm gonna wet mine, I'm gonna push it a little bit. With my wet hands, I can mold it and make it as nice as I want. Okay, so then we're clean, we're clean. Now we are gonna lay on right on top. So first, we're gonna lay on our, one side is our cucumber, and it's just carefully draping it over the side. Mine's about 3 pieces of cucumber, very nice. Now salmon. I'm gonna take my salmon. And there's lots of ways to cut salmon. Cutting it against the grain, as thin as you can, and we're gonna lay it right on top. Look, very thin. Shh. No talking in the studio. Salmon gets laid up over there. Now the shrimp. The shrimp are open already, like we showed you before. I'm gonna lay on a couple of shrimp. Whoa, it's looking nice. And then, oh, my tuna. Here's my tuna piece. Slice it nice and thin. And that, my friends, is that. Now, on top of this, you could do many different things, okay? But what I'm gonna do for decor is I'm gonna take more of my sesame seeds. I'm gonna sprinkle some more of my sesame seeds on top. If you have any soy sauce, you can serve on the side. If you have a little wasabi, oh, I forgot my avocado, and I have a space for it. So I'm gonna make it nice and thin. One over there, one over there. There it is, sushi donut. Ta-da. There it is. Well, everyone take a picture. There it is. Good. Now, Sushi donut. It's cool. It's a little, oh, whoa, Maria, coming out of nowhere with a winner. Oh my goodness, that looked good. Jacob, that looked, high five, my friend. That was really excellent. That looked excellent. Looked better than Josh's. Tell you that much. Now Josh's looks good, but Evelyn, nice. Josh, you did pretty good. Josh, you did pretty good. Evelyn, nice. That's good. Jacob, nice. The kid comes out of nowhere. Amy and Val, how you doing, man? You good? Let's see. Wow, that's probably not okay. It was good for a minute there. All right, a little more sake, Val. A little more, you'll be good. Okay, good. The sake makes it taste way better anyway, so that's fine. So there that is. Now, let me just show you something. I mean, you guys are obviously smarter than me, but here, Pam, you have this, you have all this paper. Use it. You don't have to make frushi out of it. You can make a regular sushi roll out of it. It's exactly the same thing. I'm just going to show you once, okay? And then that's going to conclude it. But we're going to take this rice right down the middle. It's exactly the same as making frushi. It's exactly the same, except instead of the. Now, you want to get fancy? Put the mango together with the shrimp. You have a home run. Yeah. That's Pam's favorite, shrimp and mango. Put it together, but I'm just going to show you for the sake of showing you. My daughter's here with us tonight. She doesn't want to get on camera, but next time she will. If she wants to eat. She says absolutely not, but she was, okay. So anyway, look, there goes my shrimp. In there, zippity-doo, push it down. Okay, I could put in any fruit I want. Pretend that's mango, put in some seeds, okay, wet the sides, okay, and I'm ready to work in a $5 an hour sushi gig and like one of these all you could eat. Look at this.
No sushi mat.
And no suit without a sushi mat. That's right. I purposely didn't use my sushi mat tonight, just so you guys could see that you don't need a sushi mat now. If you really want to make it tight with regular nori paper, you could use plastic wrap. But with this kind of paper, you don't need it at all. There it is. Same exact thing. Rice paper, soy paper, you're making the same exact thing. So there it is. So, yeah. So there it is. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Now, just a finishing remark. In the world goods, really the world's best sushi, looking good. Jacob, is your name? Are you Jacob? Is he Jacob? Jacob, good. It's good, right? That's awesome. He's eating with chopsticks. This is my kid. I like this kid. Okay. Sokran, how's it good? How's the ladies in the aprons? You guys do good? The thumbs up. Let me see. Good.
Yeah, we're good. Okay, so it kind of fell apart, but we're good.
That's okay. Doesn't matter.
We're trying to roll some now.
That's good. It's just practice. Oh, plastic helps. Yeah. Josh had a nice plate. Let's see, Josh. Got anything to show off? Let's see the plate. What, you're working on it? Let's see. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Could work on your cuts a little bit, but not bad at all. I gotta say, not bad at all. Very good. He's gonna roll some. Taylor's gonna take some pictures, so she'll make it look much better than it actually is. That's excellent. Love that. So professionals. Well, let me just say this. In the world's best sushi restaurants, you could spend 6 years just learning how to make rice. Truth. Could be another 10 years before they let you ever cut a piece of fish. So there's, as simple as this food might consider it is, it ain't so simple. And I think you realize that because there's such a level of quality of understanding the quality of fish, quality of what you're buying, how to handle it. It goes on and on and on. So while it looks like a simple process, it is simple. but to do it at its highest level, well, it's a difference between buying a coloring book and being a Rembrandt. So there really is a big difference with learning about sushi, but if nothing else, you can have a little fun. You can eat some sushi, make it yourself at home. And next time you go to a really great place, you are going to really appreciate it. So that's it. Any questions for me before I vanish? Josh, you got anything else to add to the situation before we say hasta la vista, baby?
Yes. Thank you for everybody who's here and joining us, watching me terribly roll sushi, because I'm not very good at it. But if anybody out there is watching and they're interested, they haven't signed up yet, we've got some amazing other new classes coming up for our second series. I don't know that we've officially announced it yet, but so I'll save the exact details. But it's always great. I always have a ton of fun learning something new. Never made sushi before in my life. Never made Frushi. And it's really nice to kind of learn something new that I haven't had a chance to learn before. So we always have a blast, and we kind of have our own little friends over cooking like parties. So it's great. Nice. But thank you, Adam, again for walking us through it. It's a lot of fun.
Thank you, Josh. And Josh is being a good sport. His food comes out really nice. For somebody that's just learning how to cook, he honestly does a good job. And you guys also, everybody seems to do a really good job. Thank you very much for cooking with us. And thanks for drinking along and having fun. And next week, there will be more. Is that correct? Yep, Ronto Wrap next week. So sign up if you haven't done that. That's going to be a fun one, okay? All right. Well, good night.
I'll see you tomorrow. I'm doing the black and white.
Yeah, we got some other stuff going on tomorrow.
Yep.
And we appreciate everyone. Good night, everyone. Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
night. Good night, guys.
Bye, everybody.